welcome to the 63rd episode of the Karstcast Moviecast. I'm here as always with my co-host Jeff, and I have a quick question for him. It is, who is Scooby-Doo's nephew, Jeff?
Scrappy?
Yeah! Wow!
Yeah, thank you.
I fully did not think you'd get that.
Okay,
I don't know what that says,
Scooby-Doo was
but...
by far my favorite cartoon growing up, so that,
okay.
If I didn't get that...
Understood. Well, moving on from that, today we have a very special guest. Super excited about this. You may know him from the It movies. You may know him from the hit Netflix show I Am Not Okay With This. Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for being here. Wyatt Oleff.
Hello.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me here.
Good. Hey, thanks for being here. We know you. You're probably like one of the bigger guests we've had on this podcast. I'm shocked you even agreed to do this, so... Genuinely, thank you so much for being
Absolutely.
here.
Thanks for thank you for having me on. Your content is awesome. I'm glad to be here.
Thank you so much. Yeah. How have you been? How's everybody been, to be honest? I mean, Jeff.
I'm in Florida now in my parents' house, so that's cool.
Right.
Nice.
How are you?
Wyatt?
I am moving next week, so that'll be a fun move, especially during this time.
Yeah, of course.
I also end school next week though, so that's good. Online school.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I was gonna ask. I've been meaning to, because we talk about video games a little bit on this podcast, Jeff.
Yeah.
But Wyatt, you game.
Yeah.
From what I know, I'm curious. Like, have you been playing anything good recently? Because I'm out of games to play right now. I got like 2 things going on.
Usually that's the case with me. Sometimes
Right.
I just cycle through the same 3 games with my friends a lot, but thanks to quarantine, I've finally been getting through the Metal Gear Solid series.
Nice, yeah.
And I am on 5 right now, and I'm having a blast. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's incredible.
Speaking of, you got a shout out from Hideo Kojima?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That blew my mind. I was beyond ecstatic.
Have you played Death Stranding at all? Or
You know what? I have, and
hey, speak honestly. You know.
I'm all right. I'll speak honestly. I played the first, I want to say 7 or 8 hours.
Okay.
And I just didn't feel compelled to continue.
Understood. See, I've heard a lot of hit or miss things about it. Like, if you let it take over you, then it's an amazing time. But that's your reaction is kind of the general reaction I've heard. But, you know, still heard it's a pretty great game.
I mean, the way you
it's a
describe
Kojima game, but...
Yeah.
Letting it take over you doesn't really sound pleasant.
Yeah, it's kind of got to capture you, right?
Those are the best games, though. Even though I don't play a lot of those. I'm a big Nintendo boy over here.
I am as well. I got my Switch right here.
Ooh, nice. Yeah, I just recently got into, this isn't even Nintendo, but Tetris 99, that one app.
Dude, I just downloaded that yesterday.
Dude, it is so fun.
It's amazing.
I have had it on my console for a long time, and I was like, this isn't Tetris, this is something else. And just in the last week, I've really, something clicked, and I'm addicted.
It's intense. It's like the ultimate like one more time kind of game.
Yes, absolutely. That, like, no game makes me shake the way that one does. Like, if I'm in the top 15, I'm sweating, and that does not happen that often.
Have you won yet?
No. I got 8th. No. I got 4th today, and that was like, I was like, okay, cool. But what about you?
What is the premise of that?
It's like Battle Royale, but Tetris. Like, it's...
That's what I was guessing based on saying you can, like, win.
Yeah.
You know, like a Tetris versus, like where you can, like, if you get like a Tetris, then those blocks go to the other person's screen and it fills them up. It's kind of like that, but with 99 people.
Okay, wow.
Yeah. And that's the thing. You never know what to... Like, sometimes, like, that time I got 4th, and then the next time I got, like, 94th. It's very... You can never tell.
On my first, I got 7th, and that's the highest I've ever come.
It just gets so fast near the end, and it's very anxiety-inducing.
I don't like the current... I love Animal Crossing, but I don't like the current theme of Animal Crossing on Tetris 99. Okay. I like the Tetris music. It feels more
compelling,
I guess.
Yeah. Speaking of Animal Crossing, I guess while we're on the topic, have you been playing that at all, or?
I played a lot during release. I've kind of calmed down now. I check in every now and then, but
yeah, I'm on the same boat.
Yeah.
I was really this happens a lot with Animal Crossing. This happened with the Pocket Camp, I think it was called.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get super into it, and then like they start making you actually do things, which should be when I actually start getting into it. But I end up being like, come on, real life at this point. But
that's true.
It's still a great game. I still hop on and collect my bells
here and there.
Here and there.
I made a huge amount of bells with the stock market, and then I haven't had to grind for any bells since. So
damn,
I'm chilling.
I feel like I'm always low on bells, so that makes me jealous. Well, anyways, I'm excited to talk about today's movie. This was recommended by you, Wyatt, and that makes me super excited because I've wanted to talk about this movie for a while. Jeff, you were weirdly excited to talk about this. Kind of.
I honestly, you kept thinking I was weirdly excited, but I kind of just made a joke saying like I said I'm ready to go to Conversation Town.
See?
And then you interpreted that as me being really excited, and I'm just like I was regular excited. Now I want to say that I have never seen an anime film before in my life.
Wow. Okay. Also, we haven't even
Wow.
I haven't even said the name of the movie yet, but yeah, we're talking about Akira. It's from 1988. Now, I'm not gonna leave you on that thought, Jeff. That's crazy.
Yeah, I realized that like in the middle of it, because the only like kind of anime I've ever seen in my life was when I was really young. I used to watch Dragon Ball Z sometimes.
Yeah, which is great.
But this is a completely different level because that is like a mass-produced anime where it's not really that detailed. And this, when I was watching it, just like how detailed every frame was.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think like even if you have seen a lot of anime, this is still I'm pretty sure everyone would consider this like gold standard for that style of animation. While we're on that topic, why do you watch a lot of anime in general?
Yeah, I mean pretty surface level stuff. A lot of things my friends recommend. I just finished Cowboy Bebop a little while ago.
Nice.
That was really great.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm here and there with a lot of stuff.
Understood. Yeah, this is convenient for me because I just started watching. I just finished this show called Paranoia Agent. It was an anime. Yeah, it was on Adult Swim a few years ago. It's by Satoshi Kon. I don't know if that's how you pronounce his name, but he did Perfect Blue.
Perfect Blue. There you go.
There we go. Yes, he's an amazing animator and filmmaker. And that show is fantastic. So if anyone has a Funimation subscription, check it out. But that's why I was super excited. I was like, this is topical. We can talk about anime. And it's interesting because, like, I've seen this movie I think this is the third time I've seen it. Or maybe, I want to say, like, 2.5. I think I only got halfway through my first time, embarrassingly. But, like, having seen more anime and coming back to this, like I said earlier, it still just feels so ahead of everything. I mean, it is a really fantastic film. But yeah, before we get any deeper, this film, if anyone doesn't know, it's about a secret military project, or the synopsis is, a secret military project endangers Neo-Tokyo when it turns a biker gang member into a rampaging psychic psychopath that only 2 teenagers and a group of psychics can stop. There's a lot more to it than that, but that's
even that sentence is like the most loaded sentence I've ever heard in my life.
Right. So yeah, just general thoughts. I always like to ask, is there a particular reason you chose this film, Wyatt?
Yeah. I saw that for the first time, I think a month ago. I forgot it was on Hulu, and I was just sitting around, and I was like, oh yeah, I have to watch this movie. And then, because my friend Jaden recommended it to me, Jaden from It, one of my co-stars from that, and I went in knowing like nothing about it. Like I just knew it was like, this is a very special movie. That's all I knew about it. And then I watched it and I was like, what did I just watch? And it's like, it's this whole, it's so hard to describe, but I just thought it'd be really interesting to talk about on here. I want to hear your guys' thoughts and all that. So
absolutely.
I mean, I had the same reaction.
Yeah.
That's what's gonna be fun about this is I don't want to speak for Jeff here or Wyatt. I feel so stupid watching this movie sometimes.
Yeah. No,
and
yeah.
I feel so alone, but I feel like I'm not at the same time because it seems like the general consensus is like this is a very chaotic film with a lot happening and a lot of like political undertones that I've done a little bit of research on to try and understand better. But I think the part that most people know about this film and the part that's probably the most worth appreciating are the visuals. Kind of like Jeff said, like the details are insane.
Yeah. And also just the pacing is so fast where like they create these backgrounds that a lot of times only, are in the shot for a few seconds and it's just nonstop the entire film.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's one of those animated films where I feel like it just feels so real because of all those details. I'm like, this doesn't just seem like a thing someone drew up. Like that actually feels like a world people live in, which it's based off of the real world. But that's just something I really appreciated. In general, I also just think that the color red is really, it's used so well in this film. That's something I noticed this time around. I don't know where to go with that, but it just looks amazing.
Jeff's got a red shirt on, so he knows what's up.
Yeah, Jeff came prepared.
Oh yeah, no, I love red, guys.
I want to ask though, like, what do you guys think of the actual like narrative? Like, do you think it worked? Do you think it's like it works as like a story? Kind of, because I've heard mixed things that it's like kind of a mess or that it's supposed to be like that or like it works fine. I know it's based off a manga or I don't know how to pronounce it, but
me neither.
Yeah, what did you guys think about that?
You know what, when I first watched it, I felt like it was a very complete narrative, like in a way, like there's like a lot of missing pieces, but like not in a way that it was bad. Like it's more like, oh, now you have something to talk about with anyone who may want to talk about it. Like, here we are. But
yeah,
then I, did some research about it because you kind of have to look at stuff about the movie after you've seen it. And I learned that, like, apparently, like you were saying about the manga.
Yeah,
I'm going to say manga. Like you were saying about it, it's based off of that, but apparently it like wasn't complete, like, and they were making the movie based off the first few chapters, and then the author wrote the ending, but like apparently because there's like a lot of confusing stuff in like the second act, and that's mostly because like in the manga they stretched that like way out, and the ending is the same pretty much. I haven't read it myself, so this is all secondhand information, but then you kind of feel like you're losing parts of a story. Maybe it would work better as like a mini series or like something along those lines.
Yeah, I was kind of thinking that. That's a good point. I think this like stretched out. It already is like really long in itself, and I think in certain parts it can get a little exhausting because of that. But yeah, I think as a mini series this would be really nice. Just given a bit more time and had that pacing. Jeff, you look like you had something to say.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think the political undertones of this film, like I have not had time to investigate the context, but obviously when this was released in 1988, it was like less than 40 years after World War II.
Yeah.
So I think that what was happening in Japan then is something I definitely need to read more about, which is obviously, I feel like if we're talking about this on a podcast, we should have done that research and then been explaining that, but I didn't do that.
I did do a little bit of research, as in I watched one Wisecrack video. They're great. This is my first Wisecrack video. It was fantastic, so shout out to them. But apparently, Tetsuo, he represents like Japan and their post World War II anxieties, and and I don't remember everything that the video said, but the film is like kind of coming to terms with that, and in the end, it's because the thing is, Japan had like a huge resurgence from what I know. Like they they had a big economic boom or something.
Mm-hmm.
And
I know it's like very technology centered.
Yeah. And the ending of the film where Tetsuo is kind of like growing into this monster thing is like apparently Japan turning into that, but also like showing the damage.
Oh, and he also was turning into like part machine because of technology.
Machine, right.
And then it was like taking over. Oh, okay.
And it took place in the Olympic Stadium. That has something to do with something as well.
Was that?
I think so. I don't know. They said the fact that the Olympic Stadium gets like destroyed in the end. No, okay. You know what? Forget that whole Olympic Stadium point. That wasn't going anywhere. In the end, Tetsuo gets like taken to like a different dimension or something, or a different.
Yeah.
And that's Japan like kind of forgetting their past and moving into a new generation or world themselves. That was a SparkNotes of a SparkNote video, basically. That was so. That's what you get out of this podcast.
I mean, people have to remember that a podcast is like talking on the fly for like an hour straight.
Of course.
Right.
So Carson's videos, he has a little more time. He can kind of edit them.
A little bit more time. Yeah.
True.
This podcast, we don't edit at all.
Of course.
Famously.
But anyways, yeah, I think this isn't a hard film to talk about, I would say. It's a hard film to like form an opinion about though.
Yeah.
I'm very like, I appreciate this film a lot because of its visuals, because of its influence and the ambition. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I can't deny that sometimes sometimes it's too much. I don't want to say it's like confusing, but I'm just too much confusing. Sometimes. Yeah, it's a little confusing. I'm not gonna lie. Like, there's like 3 psychic babies.
Yeah, old men. I couldn't tell if they were old or young.
Yeah,
like, it's like
right. Like, were they like remnants of the nuclear explosion in '88? I didn't understand that.
That was Akira.
Yeah.
That explosion, which started or ended World War III.
Yeah, Akira was like the first part of the.
Yeah, did the explosion start or end World War III?
I think it started.
Yeah, it must have.
Yeah.
And that's the same kind of explosion at the end.
But Japan bombed themselves?
Well, no.
Let's see.
You know what? Maybe that's just not even crucial to this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The point is, there's this kid, right? He's a psychic. That's the thing. Okay, there's too many. I don't hate this movie. There's just so many characters. And some of them don't feel like they serve that much of a purpose. One of which is Canada's like girlfriend, or not girlfriend. Whoever she looks just like him, and they have like the same jacket and hairstyle.
No, sometimes she has the no, that's not eyeliner. Eye shader.
Oh yeah.
Around
Wait, is that Kaori?
Yeah, I think
the psychic takes control of her.
Right. My point is, she didn't do that much for me. It just felt like she was underutilized. And so were like the other 2 psychic babies. But anyways, I guess it doesn't matter. Just, yeah, I don't know. I have a good time watching it. I've seen it 3 different times now, and I still don't really have a way of understanding it or wrapping my head around it. But it always feels like the first time I'm watching it when I watch it, which is something worth appreciating, I would say.
I have a strange comparison to bring up. I don't know if
go right.
I'm sounding right when I say this, but sometimes the movie feels very Spielberg-ish. If that's like, I don't know, like, the part where they're in the I guess the sewer, and the guys on the flying motorcycles are coming in and stuff. Yeah. For some reason, that felt very like, maybe not. I mean, maybe not Spielberg exactly, but that 80s. I mean, obviously it came out in the 80s, so
I know
that. But I don't know. Like, it was very like not whimsical because people died and stuff, but like magical, I guess, in a way. I don't know.
I totally see that. Yeah. When I saw the sewer scene, definitely comes across as the most like I don't want to say normal, but like not normal, but like movie.
Yeah, it felt like kind of like a heist type scene.
It was the first
Although,
The rest of this movie. Okay.
No, you keep talking. My thing was complete, like, just aside from the whole conversation. So I really should not have been the one to end up talking. But just at the end of that scene, when he was like on the flying motorcycle thing, he just yells, "Where the hell is the baby room?"
Yeah.
Man,
that was just funny.
Good point. That is a good point. Yeah, thanks for bringing that up. I will say, I don't know if it's the song playing during that scene, but I know there's a song that is very similar to that scene. It's Canada's theme. I'm totally mispronouncing the name, but his theme song is directly referenced in Uncut Gems. This is a fun fact. I organically researched today. Like, there's a song in the Uncut Gems soundtrack called Windows, and it is a straight like sample of that song. Because like halfway through this movie, I was like, this soundtrack is a lot like, or the score is a lot like Uncut Gems, and it makes a lot of sense. They literally used.
That's cool.
Yeah, but speaking of,
do you know why, or like, is that just because?
I really don't know. I mean, I'm sure it doesn't surprise me that the Safdie brothers like this movie, but I mean, it fits really well. I don't know. But I did want to ask really quickly, and we won't go on too much of a tangent here. But have you seen Uncut Gems, Wyatt?
Yeah. Yes, I have.
What do you think of it?
It's very stressful.
Okay.
I thought it was fun. Like it was
right.
Well, fun in the way where you're like, something's like, you can feel everything kind of like getting really intense. I can't speak words right now or make
you're totally
metaphors or anything. But like I don't know, it's just this great feeling of anxiety throughout the whole movie.
Mm-hmm.
And like it's all building towards something and you don't know what, and I thought that was just like an enjoyable experience. Yeah,
it's a great. Yeah, I don't know why with that movie in particular. I enjoy hearing people's takes on it.
What do you think about that one?
I don't know. Every time I've seen it, another movie I've seen 3 times. I get like so much out of it every time. I think it has its flaws and stuff, and it's totally not like a fun time.
Right.
Because like you said, it's super stressful. But I just think it's such a monster of a film, and there's so many different pieces to it.
Showed your parents as well, right?
I did show it to my parents. Yeah, not
and they
really
hated it?
Thinking it through. Yeah, I was just really like similar to with Wyatt. I was just super excited to like show them and like get their take, because it just felt so fresh and new. And halfway through, my dad was like, "Why is this movie still happening?" And I was like, "All right, well."
I see. Fun story about that. I saw it with my parents, and my dad. He doesn't really like a lot of modern movies. He's a very kind of classic kind of guy, 70s, 80s.
Understood.
He loved it, loved, and I just thought that was really interesting. And I guess I don't really know what it was about it, but he just liked that experience, and he was very invested, which I feel like is hard for him to get nowadays. But the story really pulls you in.
Yeah, for sure. Well, that's good. Some parents like it.
Yeah, my dad, awesome. I saw it with my dad, and the only thing he talked about was how all the colonoscopy scenes at the beginning were like super wrong. Because he's a gastroenterologist. So that'd be weird if he was not like, and he was just just had some other job, and he was just like, yeah.
It's all totally wrong.
Yeah. It's the first time you've heard anything about
it. Well, yeah, I wanted to, I guess, lastly, talk a little bit about the ending. There's
of Akira.
Of Akira, yeah, no.
Okay.
Unless we want to talk about Uncut Gems, but
do either one really. Same movie.
Yeah, I don't know why, but like, nothing has matched that big monster animation, like in general for me. I think it's like that's the first time I've been like completely overwhelmed by like something in a movie visually. I think it's so like all the different veins in the skin. I think like if none of the other movie, how do I say this? If the rest of the film does not work for you, like you can't deny that was insanely well done. And I think I just wanted to acknowledge it.
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
pretty cool.
The film is just so overwhelming, and somehow after being overwhelmed for an hour and a half, it gets more overwhelming.
Yeah.
I think there's something like I love about that whole ending stuff, like with Canada versus Canada, Kaneda versus Tetsuo, like, and he's got that big rifle thing. I don't know what it's called. But there's something like so great about that, how they're still kind of like trash talking each other, and they're still friends, obviously, and like there's something so casual about the fate of their world that they're just kind of chilling and they're just trying to kill each other. And there's something great about that.
Yeah, for sure.
There's always something about something in this movie, and it's hard to describe, but like it's
no, that's a good point. I think at the heart of this is, at the heart of it, there's a lot of heart, in my opinion. I get a lot out of Canada's character specifically. Not a big fan of Tetsuo. I don't think we're supposed to be a big fan of him. But I don't know. I think Canada's just a great character, even though he's kind of a douchebag. But
he's really into brands.
He is into brands.
Covered his motorcycle in stickers.
Speaking of
like,
his
I
motorcycle,
love Canon.
Yeah.
I didn't see him take one photo the whole film.
That's true. He needed a camera, of course.
Yeah. I think this film, like, regardless of if it works or not, I think it's just worth pointing out how influential it is. I mean, it came not only in the golden age of anime, according to sources. I haven't seen. This is not an original thought. But it's like the film of that era. Not just anime, but in like body horror, it influenced a ton of stuff in that.
I just remembered.
Sci-fi.
Sorry, the part where Tetsuo is kind of having his first mental breakdown, and they're in the alleyway, and he's beating up that guy, and then he falls over, and his like intestines fall out.
Yeah,
I was like, whoa.
Oh, okay, yeah, that scene. I was like, I don't know why that hurt me, but it did. It was like, just all it needed to do was one frame, and I was like, Jesus Christ.
That was a lot. That's like the first kind of like gross body horror stuff in the movie, right?
Yeah.
Actually, there was like not that much blood in the beginning for like the whole bike chase scene with how much violence was happening. It was like kind of subdued, where people were getting hit by like pipes while someone was driving about 100 miles an hour in the opposite direction, and they just kind of collapsed.
Yeah.
I mean, there was that scene where the guy gets shot. Obviously, that
right.
That iconic stuff, but nothing that bad.
No. This did make me want to join. Well, I would join a biker gang, depending on the circumstances.
If the motorcycles look that cool.
That's what I'm saying, yeah. And if the city was that just kind of run down or free, why not, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I would need one of those beginner motorcycles, not the one that like you have to have a certain amount of RPMs. Like, I couldn't keep track of that.
Yeah.
No clue.
Just throw me right into it. I've always been like, I don't know, has anyone here played Sonic Riders? No.
Oh, maybe like
silence.
12 years ago.
Yeah. Well, anyways, I don't know why I even brought it up. The motorcycles just reminded me of the boards there. I've just always wanted one, but they're fictional.
Sure.
So yeah, I don't know how to feel about this movie. It's one of the few movies where I really just like it could go either direction for me. In some ways, it doesn't work at all, and in some ways, it's like a total masterpiece. But Jeff, you look like you're gonna say something. You always.
I just always look like that. I have resting looking like I'm gonna say something face. I'm just like. But yeah, I mean, it's hard to classify this film because it feels like a completely different type of experience than most films.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You know. So.
Well, on that note, what are we feeling for ratings out of 5? If you guys even want to do it. I think I gave it a 4 out of 5. Today, at least. What about you guys?
I think that's where I'm feeling.
No, nice. I gave it a 4.5.
Hey.
And I said, what the hell? I don't know if you guys are... There's no swearing on the podcast.
No, we no cussing at all, yeah. Do you have like a secret... I know it's like some people have like secret letterboxes.
No,
do you
mine's
have, like,
public.
Full public? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'll have to follow you. I had no idea you
I barely, because I surprisingly, I don't really watch a ton of movies a lot.
Understandable. Hey.
It's not because I'm busy or anything. It's just because I just don't. It's rare for me, I guess. But I upload every once now and then.
Well, I highly suggest Perfect Blue or Paprika if you haven't seen them yet.
Yeah, I have seen Perfect Blue. That was a lot.
Okay.
That's a whole nother can of worms.
That's a different,
What do you think would happen if we watched this film at like double speed?
Like
double. You think you just get like a huge headache?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, understand. The thing, okay, something weirdly frustrating about this film is how quiet it is. Like, there isn't, I guess it's not, like, it has its sounds and its score, and it's loud, but, you know, it feels very, some moments there's just nothing going on in terms of the sound, and I don't know why that frustrated me, but I was like...
Probably because they're in a big city.
They are in a big, yeah.
Like a crazy, gigantic city, you'd think there's sound going off every moment, but there's a lot of...
Right. It's just like there was a lot happening visually and like not a whole lot sound. But then again, it was the 80s. Maybe it's who knows. But
yeah, anyways. The 80s were pretty quiet.
I heard there's like a bunch of bad stories about a live action version of this that happened. I have not seen any like stills of it, or if does it actually exist?
Wasn't Taika supposed to do it?
Waititi?
Yeah.
Whoa! Whoa! Wait a second! It hasn't even happened yet. Yeah, oh my god! I had no idea. There's this article. It says it seems after all the
real life version, but I don't think it did well. Did they make a real one?
I don't know. The thing is, there's this YouTube thumbnail that says details about the live action Akira remake, and it's got Keanu Reeves.
Yeah. Oh, it's Looper.
Oh, it's Looper. Yeah.
I'm not gonna comment on that. Just saying it's a Looper video.
Oh man. Okay. I also. Okay. My mom was like, "Hey, I listened to your podcast, and I just need you to know that anyways is not a word, or it's like it's not the correct form of
the
saying
plural."
Yeah. Apparently, it's just anyway.
Anyway,
and it's like our main transition.
I know. I was like, Mom, the anyways is my thing. I say it on a weekly basis on this podcast.
It's the only way we ever end segments.
Right.
It's true.
And on that note, anyway, we have the second half of this. We have a short little Q&A, if that's cool.
Sweet, yeah.
From the subreddit.
Let's do it.
This first one comes from Furry Exterminator number 42. It is favorite Beatles album / song.
Okay. I guess maybe not album because I'm not as much of an album guy. I'm more of like just the songs specifically.
In like the Spotify age, people don't be like fans of albums.
Right.
True. I'm kind of in a gently weeps. While my guitar gently weeps phase right now, so I guess that would be a good. That's mine.
That's a solid answer. Yeah. I think I can't tell if I've answered this on this podcast or in like a separate Q&A, but I really like the song Norwegian Wood off of Rubber Soul.
Yeah.
It's so it feels kind of different for them, and I put it on today. I just watched. This is also just a weird coincidence. I just watched their A Hard Day's Night documentary thing. It's not a documentary, but they're like music film.
Wasn't that on Apple? No. I'm thinking of something else.
Something, yeah, but
that's definitely different.
Pretty fun, yeah. But yeah, that's my pick.
Yep.
What about you, Jeff?
My pick is Across the Universe.
Okay. You know what? Now that you say that, we have definitely talked about this before. It was probably in a Patreon episode.
We have. I don't remember. Yeah, I don't remember the context. We've done too many of these to the point where
we've talked about the Beatles a weird amount.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways.
But Wyatt hasn't talked about the Beatles.
Wyatt has not, yeah.
There you go.
That's why he's here. This next one comes from the rat from Ratatouille. That's the name of the user. It is, what is your favorite 80s movie? Besides Akira, I guess.
Well, that would have been nice.
Yeah.
Probably like Aliens.
Okay.
Aliens is one of my top.
Okay.
Aliens, the second one.
Okay, nice. I have not seen that one. I've only seen Alien.
Really?
Yeah, but I've heard it's good. So
It is. I mean, I haven't seen it in 4 years, but it's good. Trust me.
Awesome.
I really enjoy that movie.
Yeah. My go-to right now is The Thing. I think that I'm assuming
I've
that
never
came
seen
out
The
in the
Thing.
Man. Okay. Something.
We'll swap.
Okay. It's a good one.
Okay.
I think you would
That's what
really
I've heard.
like it. It's one of those classic. It's got body horror, I think.
It's got body horror.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
That's the thing.
That's the thing
But-
right now.
Yeah, it's a good movie. What about you, Jeff?
I mean, you know mine.
Is it Ishtar?
Yes.
Okay, I didn't know if Ishtar came out in the 80s.
Yeah, it was 1987. Wyatt, if you haven't seen Ishtar, which most people have not,
I have not.
it's
I guarantee.
Warren Beatty and Dustin Hoffman as like bad lounge singers.
Yeah, it's
Interesting.
a
It
movie.
has like terrible reviews, but there's like a lot of reasons. Like Columbia supposedly like tanked the release of it. But it's directed by Elaine May, who's finally gonna do another movie because that was yeah.
That's awesome.
Sweet, I'll check it out. Thank you.
It's become a thing at this point where Jeff has to mention Ishtar every episode. That's his niche thing.
Gotta sneak it in.
Gotta sneak it in. This next one comes from Moses Ox, and it is: if you could be any pasta, what pasta would you be? I mean, there's endless opportunities here.
Have we answered this before?
No, once again,
You probably have.
we shouldn't have, but we may
'Cause
have.
I think we have, and I'm pretty sure I said bow tie.
You've definitely mentioned bow tie pasta before, but
And I can't imagine another context
no.
where I would have said that.
I'm trying to think of pasta types now. I immediately thought of different types of French fries, but that's not the question.
No, it's not.
I mean,
we
you can
make
answer that
the
if you want.
question.
Yeah, we can
Yeah,
answer.
Wyatt, what's your favorite, or what French fry would you be?
Dude,
What is your favorite though? Maybe
my
they're
favorite
the same
fry
answer.
or pasta?
Fry.
Both.
Fry.
Well,
My favorite fry. Do you guys? I don't know where you live. Do you guys have the counter?
wait, what?
It's a burger place. Do you have the counter?
No, we do
Okay.
not have
No.
the counter.
So both of us normally live in Chicago,
right.
Okay, that's
right.
where I'm from.
and yeah, and I'm currently in Florida, which is where I'm originally from, and you're in Minnesota.
I'm in Los Angeles.
And
He's
you're in Los
Minnesota.
Angeles.
Yeah,
You're
I
Los
am not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Assuming
you're an
Wyatt
actor.
would
I
be
assumed-
from Minnesota is just
Well,
Yeah.
well, it's
That'd be a
either
crazy
LA
guess.
or New York. So
understandable. Yeah. Yeah.
they have really good fries. Is my point. The
nice.
Skinny
Do you
fry. I
like-
like skinny fries.
Do you like In-N-Out?
I've never had In-N-Out.
I've only had it
Wow.
once.
Yeah. Wow.
I respect that, to be honest. I am like the loser where it's like I go to LA and I'm like, first thing I'm going to is In-N-Out, and then it's just fine.
That's like not.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't had it, so I can't tell you.
You can't tell. Yeah, no. It's pretty good. I will say, like, the fries, not that great. The burgers
The
are
burger
pretty
is
good.
good, though.
Burgers are good.
It's like
the
a
buns,
deal breaker. The fries are like.
Yeah. You need to, like, oversalt them to get something out
Yeah.
of it.
True.
You know who has good fries?
has good fries?
Jack in the Box. You know what I mean? I don't know if anyone here has been to Jack in the Box. I feel like it's kind of underrated. I don't know. But
So so bow tie pasta.
so bow tie pasta, yeah.
Yeah.
I like. Does tortellini count or no?
I don't actually
well-
know that many types of pasta.
Me neither.
Okay. All right.
A
Cool.
bow tie is just fancy looking.
So I think we're all gonna safely go bow tie. But if
I'll
this
go
were
linguine.
linguine, okay.
Linguine.
Interesting.
Wasn't that the name in Ratatouille, right? That was.
Yeah, we were just talking about Ratatouille.
There you go.
So.
That's who
Rat
asked the
from
question?
Ratatouille. No.
No, this was Moses Ox.
Oh, this is Moses Ox. Oh, okay.
And
I thought it
this-
all tied in. This is a very smooth like Q&A
A
segment.
lot of segues here.
We're just okay. Well, Jeff, I don't think you can answer this next one because of what you said earlier. But favorite, Josie Eiler asks favorite Ghibli movie.
Oh yeah, you're right. I can't.
Yeah, I can't believe you haven't ever. Wyatt, have you seen any Studio Ghibli movies?
I have seen a couple.
Okay,
I haven't seen a lot of them. I've seen
No,
3
yeah.
or 4.
Right.
Just starting to watch them with my girlfriend, and they they're so good.
They're so pure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Also, I don't blame you. I have also, like, they're hard to find.
I mean, now they're not, but...
True.
Now that
Wait, are they available somewhere?
Yeah, they're on iTunes.
Really?
And they're coming to HBO, I think.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'll make sure.
I knew you could only buy physical copies, and I was
that's how they used to be. They were like, we're never gonna release digitally, and then they did.
Here they go. Yeah. Well, thank God. I'm gonna binge. I haven't seen Howl's Moving Castle, and I feel like
seen that either.
Yeah, that's the one I really want to see. But I really like My Neighbor Totoro.
Haven't seen Totoro.
Oh no.
Okay,
you've seen Spirited Away.
Yes, of course.
Okay, cool.
I've seen Spirited Away, Princess Mononoke, and Kiki's Delivery Service, and like half of Castle in the Sky.
Nice. Kiki's Delivery Service is very underrated. It is.
It's
one of their best. I love the outfits in that movie. I love
the setting.
The setting, all of it.
Obviously,
Yeah.
like
the cat. I mean,
the cat.
Yeah. And what was the other one? Oh yeah, Princess Mononoke. I haven't seen that one either. I heard that's a must see.
That one might be my favorite. That one stuck with me the most.
Okay. Nice.
That one's just really like, it's kind of got like moments where you're like, I don't understand this world and like why that happens. Yeah. But it's in a good way, like how Spirited Away. It's like how all the Ghibli movies work with the stuff is very. It feels like a lived-in world, is like basically what you said with Akira.
Yeah, for sure.
So which one should I watch first?
Spirited Away.
Yeah, I would say Spirited Away. That's a good starter, and then maybe go... Honestly, go Kiki's Delivery Service. I think it's... Yeah. I wouldn't say, like... I still haven't watched Princess Mononoke. I'm, like, building myself up to that one. But
okay,
I heard it's just super mature. Like, it's very dark.
Dude, at the beginning, look at me, I forgot his name, but Ashitaka in the beginning, he's like a bow guy, and he just decapitates someone with his arrow.
Damn.
It's gruesome, but it's like, it's a war movie, so
right.
Only makes sense.
That's awesome. Do you watch Captain Christian at all, Wyatt? He does video essays. I'm only asking because he did a Ghibli movie video, and it's one of the best video essays out there for anyone who's curious. Yeah, it's fantastic.
I don't know if I have.
Yeah, well, I recommend him.
Thank you.
What's next? One more, and it is this one is specifically, well, I guess it could be for all of us, but it's mostly targeted towards Wyatt. It comes from Liv Rob, and it is, what is your favorite form that it has become?
Oh,
yeah.
Good question. I think we can. I mean, if you guys have seen one of the movies, you can answer. But
see, I did see the first It. I never got around to seeing the second one, but
good.
I did see the first one in IMAX. Is one of my favorite movie going experiences of that year.
Oh, thank you.
It was amazing. And then anyways,
I remember seeing your, I think it was your top 10 of 2017.
Oh yeah.
I was like, yes, I'm in the honorable mentions.
No. Yeah,
I was like,
man,
nice.
It's such a fun movie.
Thank you.
I would just like to say in general that the work that you do is like, you do a lot of stuff that is very like aesthetically kind of 80s and like 90s or 70s, and you are like so good for that character. Like,
thank you.
You do a great job.
Thank you very much.
Shout out to you.
Thank you.
Also would like to say, I did not say this earlier, I Am Not Okay With This is fantastic.
Oh, thank you, man.
Super funny in it.
Thank you.
But yeah,
I agree. I have not seen either of the It films yet, but I've seen the full series, and it's great.
Thank you. Glad you guys like it.
To be fair, Jeff doesn't watch a lot of movies in general, so
Jeff, I'm just like you.
Yeah, no, we're like this.
Yeah, we're one of the same.
But yeah, anyway.
You probably have a giant gold reflector behind you just out of frame.
Yeah, it's right down there.
Cool. Well.
Oh, we didn't.
Yeah, we didn't. I can't think of an answer.
But I like the headless egg boy. The one with the eggs. I don't know. To me, like the stop motion ish kind of style it had was like really freaky to me, and I liked that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's
so
my
cool.
answer.
Yeah. Well, I'll have to check out chapter 2. I liked the first one. I just never got a. Oh, also.
It's all good.
Yeah. I'm excited. Anyways, I think that does it. That's all the questions we had for today.
Sweet.
Reddit was slacking this week. You guys
Dang.
did.
I'm just not interesting to Reddit. Okay.
No.
Did we ever say that Wyatt was gonna be on?
Well, I did on the Patreon, hence why we got
so yeah,
many
that's why
good
it
questions
wasn't
on the
you.
Patreon.
It was
Yeah.
that means it was us. They didn't want to ask
it was-
questions to us.
Right. But moving on, I guess we'll go into our closer. Before we head out, we always like to we like to read a review to encourage you guys to leave reviews. I think not only to help us improve the podcast, but also we think it helps in the algorithm. Once again, we have no way of proving that.
Probably, we don't know.
We have no idea.
We haven't done the research.
This one comes from J-Man Bobway. Subject line, howdy. Gave us a score of 4 out of 5. We like an honest reviewer. So used to 5s. This review reads, this podcast keeps getting more refined and all around better. Good stuff. Hey, that's what we like to hear.
We like constructive criticism.
He
Well, it's not
thinks
criticism,
eventually,
but
Yeah.
like eventually we'll get to a 5 because we're getting more refined.
You know, I want to search if J-Man Bobway has been leaving reviews this whole time. And maybe it was lower before this.
I think that iTunes you can only leave 1 review, and if you leave another,
Really?
it just replaces your old one.
Okay. Sometimes I try to leave.
Yeah.
I try to leave reviews sometimes on iTunes, and I never see my review in the reviews. So I don't know what that's about, but not on my own podcast, for the record. It's for other things.
Oh no,
I'm
I've
not
left one
trying-
on ours.
You did,
I 100%.
that,
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Your brother has. I think some other relative has. Anyways.
Yeah. I gave us a 1.
Right.
Oh, that helps with
You
the
did.
algorithm.
Yep.
It's like most controversial, you know.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
We're a controversial podcast, apparently. Anyways, lastly, we would like to thank our lovely patrons, not only for sending in some great questions this week, but for being patrons. If you guys would like, if anyone out there would like to become a patron, go to patreon.com/Karstcast, where you can get exclusive access to bonus episodes, Q&As, shoutouts at the end of every episode, which we're about to do, and much, much more. So with that being said, thank you Allison Grace, Boat, Connor Holmes, Dr. Aneurysm, Eden, Ethan Kell, Hannah E, Holly Edwards, Iva, Joshua Quizwicki, Josie Eiler, June Australian Winter, Liv Robb, Martin Deff, Marilee Borslow, Moses Ox, Ready Steady Ernie, Robert Burke, Sergio Palacios, Sofia Arieta, The Rat from Ratatouille, Vegard Strom, Vera S, and Whatsamata. And also, someone's name is, it's kind of hard to trick Jeff now that he's onto me. I think he and the other patrons need to team up, or something like that. Anyways, thank you so much, guys. We really do appreciate it.
Thank you, patrons.
Thank you, patrons.
Yeah. So Wyatt, thank you so much for joining us.
Of course. Would you like to plug anything?
Yeah. Please plug everything you've ever done.
Okay. I got a letterboxed Wyatt O.
Nice.
I got a Twitter.
Heyo.
Fellow Wyatt. I have an Instagram, Wyatt Oleff.
Yeah.
They're all different tags, which doesn't help at all. But
hey, they'll all be in the description. I'm sure this podcast is going to take you to places you never
even thought of.
Yeah. Well, anyways, listen,
Thank you,
for all the listeners back at home, I took away the soundboard this week because it was too hard to set up, and honestly, I miss it. There was something missing this episode, and it's the soundboard. Bring
it back.
Bring it back. Anyways, thank you so much, Wyatt, for being on. We really do appreciate it. And
thank you for letting me on. It was a good time.
Jeff, do you have anything else to say?
Catch you on the flip side.
Catch you on the flip side. What?
Oh, I'm supposed to say it. Catch you on the flip side.
Flip side.